In the long ago process of the development of Chinese art, a well-matched set of calligraphy and painting was formed, leaving the world with special memories. This style refers to a scroll hung in the middle of the wall in the central room of a residence. These were often hung in the house of the rich and the nobility because their houses were large and grand. This meant they would choose relatively large decorations as well. Scrolls could be hung vertically or horizontally. On one wall, you could hang 2 vertical scrolls symmetrically, plus 1 horizontal scroll. Scrolls are usually long, either vertically or horizontally. Proportions of the same length are used for visual effect. A horizontal scroll means that the calligraphy or painting is horizontal, giving the audience an expansive view. It is a little bit like the feeling of a widescreen at the cinema. Usually when painting water and mountains, we like broad and magnificent scenes. These are especially suitable for display on horizontal scrolls. These are interesting and very appealing small works of art with simple content and sparse brushwork, measuring 10, 20, or 30 centimeters. They are improvised works reflecting the artist's achievement with simple words yet profound meaning. Frames for calligraphy or painting are made of wood or metal, and the works are covered in glass or a thin film of laminate. These are non-reflective, so they don't affect the enjoyment of the audience. Modern laminate has the strong point of being light and non-reflective. These rolls have an especially Chinese character. This painting is on a wooden roller. As the painting is unrolled, there is a feeling of different time passing by, i.e., you can watch events unfolding in time order. Two kinds of fans were used for painting. One was the folding fan, used by men. It had a framework made of bamboo, and scholars wrote calligraphy or painted on them, giving them a literary flavor. The other kind of fan was the round fan. The character for this name literally means to unify, and also happiness and celebration. These were fans used by women, and from the original round shape, they developed into many different shapes. For example, banana leaf-shaped fans. This method meant that paintings were easy to collect and keep together. When they are opened, beautiful detailed artworks can be enjoyed. They transport the viewer to a deep state of relaxation as each page is turned. This is a round fan used by young women. One painting can be done on the surface of 2 fans. This is called a picture page. The gap between the length and the breadth of these scrolls is usually quite large. A painting may be 20 centimeters wide, but 20 meters long. This is a term referring to painting or calligraphy done in 1 or 2 chue, Jue is a traditional unit of measurement, square sheet of paper, for instance, square-shaped artworks. Folding screens were usually narrow, about the same width as a person. This folding screen has 4 panels, with lots of space at the top. Many painters use this style to express the 4 seasons or the 4 flowers: plum blossom, orchid, bamboo, and chrysanthemum, leaving the audience with a relaxed and pleasant feeling. The meaning of fine brushwork in China is all about very fine works of art, made with very fine detailed brushwork. For example, when painting a surface red, the color is diluted with water, and then every subsequent wash of red paint is diluted more and more. This technique is repeated many times to get the desired effect. After each wash dries, another is added and the color is built up, layer by layer. It is similar technique that is seen in Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Line drawing is also called sketching. The special feature here is only using a brush pen to sketch outlines. A very finely pointed thin and small brush pen is suitable for drawing fine lines and very small detailed work. This kind of line drawing has a special significance in Chinese painting, as it is the framework and the soul of a painting. The first step in Chinese fine brushwork is to use the brush pen to draw a line, then do the shaping and then add color. A good painter should be good at sketching, because the first things seen are the lines and then the color. The method of dyeing is actually separate from sketching, allowing the paint or ink to gradually change. This technique uses 2 brushes, one for color and one for water. After the color is painted on, the water brush is used to spread the color, with attention to heavy and light changes. Adding water changes the color from heavy to light, producing a layered effect. This is the third process after the dyeing. Once the foundational technique above is complete, the natural color is added. For example, paint a leaf green and without any changes to the color, it will just be that flat color. Water lines refers to the vein in leaves that carry water and nutrients for the plant. If painters were to depict these veins in meticulous detail, like a real leaf, they need to add some color here on this side and here, leaving the white veins in the middle. This dividing line is called the water line. This technique is a bit impromptu. With lots of leaves, the painting won't be very smooth. For example, an old dying lotus leaf has bits stuck on it, and many different shades of light and dark. So maybe we can take our brush and drop spots on the leaves to achieve the desired result. This is the method for painting the stamen and pistil of the flower. It is best if we can get a 3D effect, so we need colors that are thick and sticky to get a sculptural relief effect with raised white or yellow colors. This refers to color or ink or chalk bumped with water. This bumping technique produces an artistic effect. I could dip my brush into the color and paint, and before the paint is dry, drop spots of water onto it. An accidental effect is produced when the water and the color meet, and this is what we call water bumping technique. This silk hair technique is a Chinese painting method for painting birds. To paint the feathers, we need to use the smallish brush that only has a few hairs, stroke by stroke, layer by layer. This technique gives a sense of real fluffiness.